Now, when you say superhuman performance, I feel like today that means a baseline of health is almost superhuman performance if you look at where we all are in a kind of
Yeah.
unhealthy state. But what is your definition of this superhuman performance?
Well, I mean, that's a really good point. I think that at this stage of the game, you need foundational health before you can get to the next level. So
Yeah,
I think that what's happening is that, people are, there's this very tantalizing, all these tantalizing nuggets of hope that people can live a lot longer, a lot better, that they can. And not only like, we kind of solved for longevity. What we're still solving for is health span and vitality through the ages kind of thing.
right.
And I think that, you know, we're at a stage now, like, nobody, the human condition is that nobody wants to die ever.
Hmm.
Even though everybody needs to die, nobody wants to die. And I remember taking this philosophy course once, and, the whole premise of the course was everybody knows that everybody dies, except nobody really believes that they're ever actually going to die.
Right.
It's like,
Everyone
yeah, everybody
fears it
dies,
too,
but
but
I mean,
yeah,
I can't not be here. I'm just here. Like, how could I possibly not be here?
right.
It was kind of a really interesting course taught by a very interesting um philosopher kind of dude. But anyway, so I think that, superhuman performance, it's always been the people who are the outliers, who are
Yeah.
able to do more longer, who do it better. But what's starting to happen is I think that it used to be only kind of genetic freak outliers,
Yeah.
maybe, or people who did crazy things. And now it's becoming apparent that for people who have the resources and the luxury of worrying about these things, so they're not worried about putting food on the table, they're not worried about, meeting basic needs, that kind of thing. So they've kind of gotten all that taken care of. For the people who have the means, with regenerative medicine, with peptides, with stem cell, like all these things, we can now actually help the body to rejuvenate and restore and repair beyond what it would normally do. Right. So I think that's where the superhuman performance thing. I mean, it's an interesting time because I do think the name of the podcast is going to evolve in the next little while. But to me, that's this whole superhuman performance thing. But it requires that you are at homeostasis, at
Yeah.
least. It requires that you are at that baseline of health where you don't have any active diseases, that you've been working towards, avoiding building, because we know diseases build over decades. We don't become diabetic because we had chocolate cake yesterday. We become diabetic because we've had a cake problem for a really long time.
Yes.
So it's all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, it's fascinating because I do feel like medicine and biohacking, there is this bridge, and it's kind of we are bridging the gap a little bit. I,
Yeah,
I, I mean more so the new medicine, functional integrative medicine, the
exactly.
medicine
For
that
sure.
tries to get you back to the baseline of at least healed and self-healing, self-managing.
Hmm.
Because as long as
Yes,
you're always on the drugs, you're always going to be sick. It's managing a
100%.
disease and not truly healing. But integrative, functional medicine is moving that. And now you can basically pass that baton once you get healthy over to the biohacking realm and start talking about truly optimizing your health once you're in that self-management stage.